Each map has a different way of setting up a sleeper, and today I'm going to show you the best way to do a sleeper on every single map. A sleeper is a term for having a break in a co-op game of COD Zombies. I'll be doing the maps in order from when they were released, but if you are after a sleeper on a specific map, there will be time markers in the description below. These clips will be shown in solo just for demonstration purposes. Green Run. Now I know there are technically 4 maps here, but really they are just Tranzit chopped up into little pieces. They will all involve EMPs. EMPs can be found in the box, and they replace the monkey slot. When thrown at zombies, they fall asleep. The sleepy zombies will walk mindlessly. You can wake them up by getting a little too close, and if you wake one, it can wake up others. Also, they can be woken up by shooting, and also running. So don't do that. Jumping is fine though. The EMP'd zombies have certain walk paths. Know the walk paths so you can find the safe spots to sit in while AFK. Town. So in town you're going to want to EMP the zombies and head towards the rare bookshop with your co-op partner. In here the zombies will not follow. It's that simple. Farm. On farm you want to get your EMP, throw it at the zombie and head up to Jug. You and your co-op partner will be safe in this corner. Bus depot. On bus depot, same deal. EMP the zombie and go around the corner of the bus depot and sit on this edge. Don't stand too close to the corner because the EMP'd zombies come down here. Transit. And finally Transit. The last of the Green Run maps. On Transit, the high round strat involves running in front of the farm with the gate locked. So just EMP them here, right? Well, no. From what I can tell, the walking zombies will get run over by the bus and respawn awake. I've seen a couple of players EMP the zombie at the jet gun workbench area. If you only EMP the zombie here, he seems to not move. I don't know if there's a spot in front of the gate where the zombies don't move in front of the bus's path. If there is, I'll edit it in the description. Nuketown. On Nuketown, there is only one way to really do a sleeper. There are no window boards on this map, so it is pretty limited. It should be noted to do a sleeper, you will need this door closed. Which if you are doing a high round, it should be closed anyway. You're going to want to go up the stairs in the greenhouse backyard and jump into this corner. It is kind of tricky, but after a couple of attempts, you should be able to get it. Once you are in this spot, you should get your teammate to bring the last zombie up the stairs to see if he hits you from the top. If he doesn't, you're all good. Your teammate will either have to die out or be present to not die. Die Rise. On Die Rise, there are 3 main ways to do sleepers. Some are better for certain situations. Let's start with quick breaks. So you're going to want to go to the big hole just down from the trample steam area. Stand on the rhubarb on the edge of the hole. This spot is perfect for a quick toilet break or drink run. This next spot, the second player will die being AFK or will need to stay. You want to head to the noodle shop, which is the bottom floor just under the spawn. Place the trample steam facing the hole in the wall and shoot yourself into the hole. Here the zombies can't kill you. And don't worry, you can't fall off the map here. The last way of setting up a sleeper is to get a zombie to respawn at a window. I find it easiest to get a zombie behind a window after falling down the Galvanuckles elevator and into the AN-94 room. When you fall, the zombie should respawn in the general area around, so board up the windows and you can just hold them at the window. I don't have Jug in this example, but you can just sit at the window and put something on your rebuild button and you're done. It should be noted on BO2, holding a zombie behind a window for over 3 hours will cause an error. It does vary, but if you hold a zombie behind a window for more than 3 hours, your game will likely error. So if you're going to do a sleeper this way, you will need to let the zombie out every 3 hours and redo the sleeper. It doesn't matter if you get in behind the same window. I would recommend using the noodle shop sleeper spot. If you are going AFK for a long period, just let your second player bleed out and make sure the person with the liquefier is up on the wall. Buried. On buried, there are two main ways to set up a sleeper. The first is a bit more situational. If you are still on a low round and able to make a crawler with a ray gun, make a crawler and give Leroy the candy from the candy shop. He should pick up the crawler and hold onto it. When you want to continue playing, just shoot Leroy and he should kill the last zombie. The second way to take a sleeper is by using the paralyzer to fly into the tree in the courtyard. Both players can get into the tree. Let the guy with the paralyzer get into the tree first, then use the paralyzer to boost your teammate. I recommend doing this only with one zombie and not a full horde, because this spot can be a little sketchy. The zombies sometimes hit you. If you are worried about dying while AFK, you could also try doing this with a witch. To get a witch, it must have been 5 rounds since the last perk bottle witch. Mob of the Dead. In Mob, there are only 2 ways to really take a sleeper. One involves one player being semi-present, and the other involves letting a zombie out of a window every 3 hours or so. The semi-present sleeper setup is done on the bridge above the first dog near Cherry. You need to stand on the very edge of the walkway and the zombie should get caught in front of you. The zombie will keep constantly tripping out and getting caught in the exact same spot, unless he spawns behind you. In that case, the semi-present player must lure the zombie in front of the player on the walkway without pulling towards the back of the player. After you've done that, you can go back to being semi-present. The window sleeper strat is basically just like Die Rise. All you need to do is run very far away from the zombie for it to respawn behind a window. Just remember to board the windows in the area the zombie will respawn. For this example, I ran from Speed Cola to Cafeteria, and just like in Die Rise, you will need to let the zombie out every 3 hours or so. Origins. Origins is a simple one because this involves holding a zombie behind a window just like Die Rise and Mob, but in Origins it's a little different. You must not damage the last zombies if there is 4 or less. If you do so, when you run 2 zones ahead, it will not respawn, it will die. Remember to board the windows in the area the zombies will respawn in. In this example, I ran from the first build table location to spawn. Just remember, you need to let him out every 3 hours or you will error. Thanks for watching, and I hope you learned something, and goodbye.